Hello engineers, today I'm going to talking about the role of civil engineer to arrange a mass concrete work or a big kind of concrete work on site. This topic would be very useful for those engineers who are involving in a big kind of project. Also would be very useful for those young engineers who are planning to work a big kind of project in future. Engineer need to follow the following step to arrange mass concrete work or the big kind of concrete work on site. So at first, as an engineer, we need to calculate the quantity of concrete. Here, if the structure is small, if the quantity of concrete is small, then at that case, we can just calculate the concrete quantity on the basis of given drawing. But if the concrete quantity is very big, then in that case, we shouldn't rely only on the design drawing. What we can do is we need to go to site and have a site measurement for the more accuracy. So after we calculate the concrete, we must need to place the order to the specific plant. Before we placing the plant, a few things we need to very careful. For a different kind of structure, we might have a different kind of concrete mix design. So it means that for different kind of structure, the grade of concrete, the admixture of the concrete, the slump of the concrete, it might have a different grade, different slump and different admixtures. So we need to very careful which kind of structure we are going to pouring and which kind of concrete mix we have been designed for that specific one. And second things, we for the big kind of concrete, of course, we need number of pump truck to pour the concrete. So we need to place the order for the pump truck. Different kind of different size of pump truck we need to order. In some cases, there might not be the pump truck is suitable. Then in that case, we need to place the order for the stationary pump as well. So and then next, prepare concreting plant and prepare logistic plant. These two things which we need to be submit to our client or project manager and for their review and their approval. So without their approval, we can't do the concrete work. So for what is how to prepare or what is concreting plan and what is logistic plan, I would like to share my previous concrete plan from my previous project. So here we can go here. So here, okay, introduction. Is potential risks and event during the concreting process and provide proper measures to mitigate the impact to the construction work. Construction details. In construction details, which kind of structure we are going to pour and how much quantity concrete we need, this kind of things, and which batching plant we are going to placing the order. These things we need to mention here. In this case, mainly 4 batching plant we are ordering the concrete, and the total the order amount was 1500 cubic meter, and the concrete details mix design mix ID, which means that it's a concrete mix design have a specific mix ID. So these are the mix ID, and concrete grade it was a 50-20. It means that 50 MPa, 20 mm aggregate. With P of A, it means fuel as also the slump 125 mm, temperature would be less than 30 degrees centigrade, and concreting method, how we are going to how we are arranging the concrete, like site layout plan and emergency contract we need to include, and construction schedule, like which structure we are going to pour, how much quantity does it need, and how was the estimated concrete, and concreting date and concreting time from when to when. Like in this case, it was calculated for 10 hours, and those things we need to prepare. And concrete truck breakdown in we were planned to start the concrete work by 7 a.m. and it gonna be finished, it must be finished at 7 around 7 p.m. and from 7 to 8 a.m. We need 20 number of truck from the plant, which means 150 cubic meter, and in 8 to 9 a.m. we must have 21 to 40 trucks on site. It means that 300 cubic in 2 hours, and at last 181 to 200 truck which means that 1500 cubic meter. And then monitoring measures and contingency plan. No, during concreting work, we might face different kind of difficulties like unstable concrete supply, breakdown of concrete batching plant, traffic jam affecting concrete supply, works potential beyond CNP allowed period, like and adverse weather, concrete pump breakdown. These are the problem we might face during the concrete work. So we need to include in the concrete plan, like we are graph of timing and pouring concrete, we are planning this. So would help in the concrete day to track plan versus actual in a concrete day. Like in 1 hour we must have 20 truck, 2 hour 40 truck, 3 hours 60 truck. So on concrete day we can track as per our plan. And site setup plan. So we need to prepare the site setup plan. It means that where we are going to place the pump truck, and what would be the size of the pump truck, which size of pump truck would be placed in which location. So this blue here, you can see the blue over here is a pump truck we place over here. This need to be we need to go on site and observe the site, so and plan where we can put the pump truck, because on site there might have some no so many cranes, like mobile cranes or other plants, or some we might have yards, and so many things might have on site. So in that case we need to observe very carefully on site, and we plan to place the concrete prom. And I know the red things are the mixture or concrete rock. So in this way we can prepare the site setup plan. And here also we need to prepare the logistic plan. It means that from which axis the concrete will come inside inside the site. Like here in our case, concrete truck would be come from this side for this pump to pour on this pump, and for this two pump the truck will come from this direction, and after finishing the concreting work they will no exit from this axis. So in this way we need to prepare this kind of concreting plan. So which is very important to organize big kind of concrete work on site. And also it's a very important things that we need to get approval from IC before concrete work. Like any kind of concrete work, there temporary work like form work, false work, and working platform, loading platform, so which need to be erect as per the given design. Internally first we as an engineer we need to supervise, we need to instruct to the subcontractor to do the work very properly, because temporary work is very important. Otherwise no structure might be collapse during the concreting work. So IC means independent certified engineer. They we need to arrange them to come on site and check the temporary structure. After they checked and they verified, we are allowed to do the concrete work. Of course we need to and another step, we need to submit inspection form. There might be lots of inspection form we need to submit before doing the concrete work. So after submit the inspection form, like every inspection form we need to submit before 24 hour, and then after 24 hour we need to arrange the joint inspection from consultant engineer and by ourselves. So now these are the things we need to prepare before we do the concrete work. So what we need to do on the concrete day, so there's some arrangement we need to organize some things in the concrete day. So arrange sufficient banksmen to control vehicular traffic. Yeah, of course also in our logistic plan we have mentioned these things over here, like on site on the concreting day there might be 300 truck. The traffic flow would be very high. 300 truck need to become on site to do the pouring. So this you can see this little circle with yellow color. These are the banksman. We need to deploy the banksman in a different location to control the traffic, vehicular traffic on that concrete day, to control the vehicular traffic. And also we need to receive the delivery note from the each concrete truck. So later on we need to submit it to the commercial team for the payment process. and carry out slump test and temperature test of concrete. This need to be done, need to be carried out from each truck. And also we need to carry out cube test. So for each 25 cubic, we need to have three number of cube to test. So one number of concrete would be crushed in 7 days, and other two number of concrete cube would be crushed in 28 days to test the compressive strength. But it might be vary from different kind of structure. And also this is the very most important point, we need to control the pouring rate. Like in a temporary design for form, whether it is formwork or false work, the designer they specify the pouring rate. So for example, if we are going to pour a wall, then now for example the pouring rate would be 1 meter height. We can rise the wall 1 meter height per hour. But if in case if the workers on site, if concreter, they the flow rate would if flow rate will increase, like instead of 1 meter they rise 2 meter, then definitely the structure gonna be collapse. So in that case we need to be very careful about the pouring rate of the concrete on that day during the concreting work. So chase plant if supply rate slow, like as I show you in the concrete plant, that we need to have 20 truck per hour. But if concrete batching plant, if they don't supply as per our requirement, then we need to chase, we need to call them, or we need to chase in the group to send us as per our requirement. Also we need to ensure to apply poker or vibrator effectively on site, cross check the required quantity of concrete, and implement if any if need any emergency CJ. Sometimes as I mentioned already in the concreting plan, that there might be several factors that might affect the concreting work, which need to be stopped. So at that condition we need to have a CJ, emergency CJ plan. So we need to apply on it if there are any disturbance during the concrete work. So this much for today. So if you want any if you want more details of any kind of things over here, then just let me know in the comment box, so I'll try to elaborate it in another video. So hope this video would be useful for you guys. So see you in next video. Bye bye.